In this lesson, you're going to learn how to write a function for a word problem. Remember, a function takes some input and does something to it, and then it produces an output. In this situation, we have a dog putting cat treats into a machine. For every one cat treat he puts in the machine, it produces 2 dog biscuits. This machine is an example of a function. Express the dog biscuits as a function of the cat treats. Make the letter D the name of the function, and make the letter C the input. So what we used to be calling f of x is now dog treats as a function of cat treats, or D of C, putting the D where the f used to be, and the C where the x used to be. Express the dog biscuits as a function of cat treats, and in this case we're going to have to create an expression after our name D of C. Let's look at what's actually happening here in this situation. The dog says he gives 1 cat treat and he gets 2 dog treats out of it, or 2 dog biscuits out of it. So for every 1 cat treat, he gets 2 dog biscuits. Now let's try to figure out how to write that as an expression. First, let's start with our title, D of C. Now think very carefully of this. We're talking about the cat treats. So for half of 1 cat treat, he would get 1 dog treat, 1 dog biscuit. So it takes half as many cat treats to make dog biscuits. Here's a situation where the word in the problem doesn't match the number in the expression. The baseball team is selling Christmas wreaths to raise money for the new uniforms. For each wreath sold, the team earns $10 plus a base of $500 if they sell an established amount. Express the team's gross proceeds as a function of the wreaths they sell. Use A for the amount of money they earn and W for the amount of wreaths sold. Now remember, we need to think of 2 other letters to use instead of F and X. And in this problem, they actually tell us what to use. Express the team's gross proceeds as a function of the wreaths they sell. You may be asking yourself, what do they mean by gross proceeds? Gross proceeds is just the money the team collects before they actually buy the wreaths. Now in this problem, they tell us what letters to use, but we're going to make up our own, pretending that they didn't tell us. You can use any letter you like to represent the context of your problem. Here I'll let M equal money, or gross proceeds, and W equal wreaths. I think that's a lot easier to understand than the A that they were using for the amount of money. Since I need to express the team's money or gross proceeds as a function of the wreaths, M will be a function of W, M of W. Now let's talk about the expression that needs to follow. It says for each wreath sold, the team earns $10 plus a base rate of $500. In other words, they're going to earn that $500 just for selling some wreaths. So I'm going to start my equation with that. Then on top of that, it looks like the team is going to earn $10 for each one of the wreaths they sell. So I'll put 10 in front of W, or 10 times W. So my final function is M of W equals 500 plus 10W. Mrs. Hall is purchasing donuts for any class in which every student completes their homework. She has a $15 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. If each donut costs $1.75 each, express the total cost as a function of the number of donuts Mrs. Hall has to buy. Let's let C equal the total cost and D equal the number of donuts. C is the name of the function and D is the input. Now let's go back into the problem and read what the expression says. It says she has a $15 gift card, so that's going to reduce the amount of money she's going to have to pay. Each one of the donuts costs $1.75. So we're going to have to take $1.75 and put it in front of our input variable D. 1.75D means $1.75 times every donut she buys. Again, remember, a number in front of a variable means multiplication. Now, we need to reduce her cost by taking off that $15 gift card that she has. So from the 1.75D, we'll subtract 15. Our final function is C of D equals 1.75D minus 15. If there are 31 students in her class, how much will Mrs. Hall have to spend? Okay, we're just going to go up to the function we wrote above, and our input value, D, donuts, is now going to be 31 because she's going to have to buy 31 donuts to give one to each of her students. So our function now becomes C of 31. Remember, that is notation only. It's not a multiplication problem. It just means that I am going to use 31 for my input value. 1.75 times 31 minus the $15 gift card will give us the amount that Mrs. Hall has to spend. 1.75 times 31 is 54.25. Subtract 15. Mrs. Hall's total cost will be $39.25. Now it's your turn. The students in 8th grade math have completed 72 homework assignments so far this school year. They complete about 3 assignments per week. Express the total number of homework assignments students will complete by the end of the school year as a function of the remaining weeks, assuming you don't know how many weeks are left. Use A for the total amount of assignments and W for the future weeks. There are approximately 11 weeks remaining in the school year. How many assignments will students have completed? Okay, the first thing we need to do is express the total number of homework assignments students will complete as a function of the number of weeks. And in this case, we'll use the variable they suggest, A. So the name of our function is A. A is going to equal the total amount of assignments the 8th graders do in the school year. The function is going to be a function of the remaining weeks. So we're going to use W for the future weeks. The function will then be A of W. Now we need to go back into the problem and find out what expression we need to put after our equal sign. It says that they've completed 72 homework assignments already. So we'll start our equation with 72. This problem then says they complete about 3 assignments each week. So we'll need to take 3 and multiply it by our variable or our input variable W. 3W means 3 times W, or 3 times the number of weeks that remain in the school year. So again, the 72 represents the number of assignments they've already completed. The 3 represents the number of assignments that they complete, and the W represents each of the weeks that are remaining in the school year. Now, the last part of the question says if there are 11 weeks remaining in the school year, how many assignments will the students have completed? That means how many will they have completed in the entire year? So the 11 is going to be our input value. We'll put that in place of our input variable W. A of 11 equals 72 plus 3 times 11. 3 times 11 is 33. When we add 72 plus 33, we find that we have 105 assignments that the 8th graders have completed during that school year.